Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really excited about today's content. This is something I don't talk about too much, and I'm really excited to just give my advice and my tips, hoping that this will help someone else. So today's a little different. I'm filming in my bed, obviously, because my room is a complete disaster. We just got back from Ocean City a couple days ago. If you checked out my vlog, you would know that, but if you haven't, I'll link it up here above so you can check it out. So today I'm gonna be talking about how I overcame my struggles with severe acne about a couple years ago now. I don't talk about this too much just because it makes me a little uncomfortable. But like I said, I'm just hoping that this advice and these tips that I'm gonna give you guys will help someone else. So if you are struggling with acne as an adult, this content is definitely for you. I have some really good tips and advice in store, so stay tuned. What I'm going to be talking about today is pretty much, when my acne started, how I went about it, what worked for me and what didn't work for me as well. My next video after this, I'm going to be talking about how I maintain my clear skin now without my dermatologist. I'm not going to tell you guys the last time I've seen my dermatologist just yet because you'll have to stay tuned for that. So let's get into it. Pretty much, I struggled with really severe acne this summer right as I was graduating college. So I graduated college in May of 2018, so 2 years ago now. At the time I was 21, and I had really never ever struggled with acne like this before. Like obviously in high school, maybe I would get a breakout like during my period, whatever, but not like this. So I graduated college and I was living at the beach after college with a bunch of my girlfriends, and I started noticing like my face was breaking out so bad. It was really in one particular part of my face. Like it was really focused on like my jawline and my chin. So like all of the acne was right here, and it was so severe. Like it was literally cystic acne, like the mounds I would have. It was awful. So this started right after college. It happened very abruptly, very quickly, out of nowhere. I was so confused. I was like, at first I had no idea what it was. I was like, what is on my face? What can I do about this? Like, what is going on? So obviously this really took a toll on like my self-esteem, because it's not like this was a bad point in my life. Like this was a really happy, great point in my life. I had just graduated college. I was living at the beach. Like it was a really great time in my life. So every time I looked in the mirror and I saw this acne, it like really took a toll on my self-esteem. And I was like, I have to do something about this. Like this has never happened to me before. And just like the amount that I had just all in these spots here, it was so awful. And they were just like, it was really bad. It was in my skin. It was so painful and just inflamed, and I felt like I was trying anything and everything. I was spending so much money on skincare products. It was ridiculous, and I felt like nothing was happening. I'll give you guys kind of a background of first why I think this acne started and why it was so severe, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what I did first, the things that didn't really work for me, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what really worked for me and how I got it under control and how I got rid of it essentially. So first things first, like I said, this happened like the month of me graduating college. I had just moved to the beach, so I'm living at the beach and I start getting this acne. So my theory, what I think my situation stemmed from was, the years I was in college and then living at the beach. Obviously I wasn't living the healthiest lifestyle. I was not eating well. I drank a lot of alcohol. I was drinking a lot, and I didn't exercise like I did when I was younger. So I really think just the buildup of 4.5 of those years of just really living an unhealthy lifestyle really caught up to me, and it was showing in my skin. I really do believe that the years of the lifestyle and eating habits and like not working out and all that stuff really caught up to me, and it was starting to show in my skin. So what I started to do at first, I took initiative and I really wanted to try to handle it myself. Like, I don't know why in my mind I was like, I don't want to go to a dermatologist, but I just like didn't want to. I was like, I want to get this under control. Like, I'm sure I can, you know, get some products, like as long as I'm washing my face, you know, like I can do this. So I always had a routine. I've always had a routine. I would always take my makeup off, cleanse my face, but I was also spending a ton of money going to Ulta and, you know, talking to the women there who obviously helped me a little bit, but I don't know if those people are like certified estheticians or dermatologists. I don't think they are. I can't speak to that, but I don't think they are. So they would guide me in ways that might not have been the best for me. I was buying a lot of harsh products. Like, you know, I would use like at-home peel treatment pads, a lot of exfoliators I was using. I was putting oils on my face to try to get rid of the redness, like a ton of stuff. And I was spending so much money doing it. Like, and I just saw no results. And this is over a course of like 2-3 months I've been doing this. So like I'm buying at-home peel treatments, I'm getting all these different cleansers and exfoliators and oils and just spending so much money, and I was getting no results. Nothing was happening. I still had this like deep in my skin, painful, huge, like cystic acne, like all over. Every time I would go to the store and buy new products, like from Ulta or wherever, the ladies always told me, because of where my acne was, they were like, you are having hormonal breakouts. That is hormonal acne, like based off of where it is. And I'm like, okay, I don't really know what that means. Like, no one ever explained what that meant. They're just like, yeah, that's hormonal. So I'm like, do I have too many hormones? Do I not have enough? Like, literally, what does that mean? When the products I was buying wasn't really working, that's when I started getting more facials. So before my acne, I would get facials. I love getting facials. They're really relaxing. They can be great for your skin if you have, you know, a medical esthetician working on you and really knows what they're doing. So I started getting facials again, and whenever I went and got a facial, they would tell me the same thing. They were like, your acne is hormonal, you know, watch what you put into your body, like make sure you're eating good, stuff like that. And at the time, like I said, I was not taking care of my body, and I think that had a lot to do with it. So even these estheticians, when I was going to get my facials, they were like, your acne is hormonal, and still they never told me what that is. I don't know what that means. I still don't know what that means. So I think for me, like, that was really frustrating. So it got to the point, like 3 months go by, I'm still living at the beach. It's my year after college, and I'm obviously having a great time. I'm having a blast, but I was so insecure. Like, I would not go anywhere without wearing makeup. I would wake up, like, I would cry. Like, it was terrible. I hated the way my skin looked. So finally, after, you know, summer was pretty much over at that point, I had tried anything and everything you could think of. I had spent a ton of money on skincare products. Like, it was ridiculous. So I finally found a dermatologist. I did a lot of research first, and I found a really great dermatologist, and I went to her. I started seeing her. Around that time as well, this is when I moved back home. So I moved back home from the beach. I really started changing my lifestyle up a lot. Like, I wanted to get back into that healthy lifestyle I was at when I was younger. So I started eating a lot better. I went gluten-free again. I started working out a little bit more, like some cardio, stuff like that. Nothing too drastic, but just those little things. So I started seeing my dermatologist. I started eating better. And obviously my dermatologist, when I went and saw her, that's what she recommended to me. She was like, first of all, you need to watch what you put in your body. What you put in your body is obviously going to come out. It's going to show on the outside, which I think is completely true. So I fixed up my diet a little bit, got that under control. My dermatologist ended up prescribing me medication, topical and oral. So I didn't take Accutane. I didn't even want to really like take medication. I don't know. I'm just like weird about that kind of stuff. So, you know, she assured me that what she was putting me on, it was nothing like Accutane. It really didn't have many side effects. It really, really helped for me. What she put me on, it was basically an anti-inflammatory and bacterial type medication. So basically what it did, it blocked all of the bad bacteria from growing and, you know, showing out through the skin and coming through the pores. So it helped with the inflammation and the redness, and the topical cream she gave me kind of did the same thing. It helped with the redness and it calmed the skin while also making sure that no bad bacteria is coming out of the skin. So she put me on this regimen. It was for a while that I was on this regimen, and honestly, like right away, I would say the first month I was doing this, I saw results like immediately, and I was like, oh my gosh, finally, like this is working. Like this was awesome. I was so happy. I was so excited. I mean, my dermatologist really listened to all of my concerns. Like she knew I did not want to be on a harsh medication like Accutane. So she was very hesitant about even like recommending that to me, and she really knew what she was talking about and got me a medication that I was comfortable taking, that I knew wasn't going to have crazy side effects or anything like that. So she really listened to my concerns, which was great. She really explained like my acne to me and what was going on. So this was awesome. Like I said, I saw results within about a month. My acne really started to calm down. Now, it didn't go away in a month. I was on this strict regimen for a long time, and I didn't see the results that I was really happy with until about 6 to 7 months later. So if you are struggling and you want to get better and you want to feel better, it takes time. It does not happen right away. Like I said, I switched up my diet. I switched up my lifestyle, essentially, my exercise routines, everything, my skincare routine. I had to change everything. So it took a solid 6 to 7 months before I saw the real results that I wanted. When I started seeing those results, I really got more comfortable. Like I didn't wear as much makeup anymore. I was more comfortable going out in public. My anxiety was so much lessened because I wasn't worried about people staring at my face. Like it's so crazy, and I can't believe I was so hesitant about going and talking to a dermatologist because she helped me so much. Like it's unreal, because I never want anyone to like go through what I went through and feel that way and have to spend a ton of money just to try to fix their skin on their own. Like you really need a professional when it gets that bad and you don't know what's going on, and like it's something that is not normal for you. You need to go see a professional and get their advice. You should never be ashamed for it. Like, don't be ashamed of that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You need to do what's right for you and take the initiative. And that's what I did. So like I said, after about 6 to 7 months, I did finally start to see the results that I was really happy with. Keep in mind, in between this time, you know, I would go and see my dermatologist like every couple months. And if we needed to, we would switch up, you know, my dosage on my medication. Everyone is different, so it's good to stay in touch with your dermatologist and be honest with them and tell them how you're reacting to your medication, how you feel about your results. Everything like that is so important, because the biggest thing about all of this is that you have to stay consistent. Like if you are really determined to get the best skin that you possibly can, you have to stay consistent. Have a consistent skincare routine daily. You need to have that. Get your dermatologist's recommendation on what is going to be best for you. That's what I did. I brought in all of my products that I was using at the time to my dermatologist, and she gave me all of the recommendations I needed, told me, you know, what I shouldn't do, and she switched up my routine accordingly. And that also had a huge effect on my skin. So at this point, I wasn't using super harsh products anymore. The products I was using were not like I wasn't using as many products either. So I was using less product and they were a lot more gentle too. So talk to your dermatologist about your routine, have them give you recommendations. They usually have products of their own that they've created that are going to be great for your skin. So be consistent with your routine and be consistent with what your dermatologist tells you to do. So if they give you medication, it's really, really important that you take it as much as they tell you to take it and that you're using it properly so that you can get the results that you deserve and that you want to get. That's really the most important part, because I would notice sometimes as I was still dealing with my acne, trying to get it under control, if I wasn't consistent, I would get some breakouts. So that is really, really important. Stay with it because you will see results. It takes a long time. Like I said, my skin didn't clear up until 6 to 7 months after I've been consistent with this whole entire routine. I would say it took about an entire full year for me to be completely happy with my skin, completely comfortable to the fact that I wasn't wearing makeup all of the time everywhere I went. I was happy when I woke up. I didn't look in the mirror anymore and like see acne the first thing. So that is really important. Stay consistent. Don't be ashamed to talk to a dermatologist. Don't waste your time on skincare products that aren't working for you, and don't waste your money on it either. So that is my story. That's really how I overcame my struggles with acne as a young adult, and it really worked for me. And so, like I said, I hope this advice will help someone else. Stay tuned because in my next video, I'm gonna talk about how I have managed to maintain my clear skin this past year. I'm not going to tell you, like I said, the last time I've seen my dermatologist. You have to stay tuned for that because I will be telling you guys. And I'm going to give you all of my tips and tricks on what I do to maintain my skin now, some of the products I use, what I try to stay away from, and all that good stuff. And I'm really excited for that. So this was just a sneak peek of really my story, how I suffered from really, really severe acne for a few months the year after I graduated from college, and that sucks, and no one should have to deal with that on their own. So talking to someone about it and going and seeing a dermatologist is really the best advice I can give you, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you found it helpful. If you do have any questions or tips or advice, anything, leave a comment below. If you enjoy this content, subscribe to my channel because there will be more to come. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.